This week on C Plus News Time, the Simpsons are going live, Andy Dalys' review is ending, and history is getting its own late-night comedy block. Why does every cable channel feel the need to have its own late-night shows? Next, you'll probably be telling me that Nat Geo is starting a midnight show that's going to be hosted by Jimmy Marmot, where they'll play games like Ferret Flip Cup and bring in guests like Human Experts and Larry King. This is all too elaborate, and this is C Plus News Time.
It's C Plus News Time with your host, Chad White.
Welcome back to C Plus News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the comedy news you didn't know about for the week of February 15, 2016. Sometimes I look in the mirror and ask myself, Chad, what are you doing with your life? Then I continue to put on the clown makeup. Before I get started, ET Online posted one of the biggest stories probably in my lifetime. A really rich person has offered to fund the return of Happy Endings. According to Penny Hartz herself, Casey Wilson, some rando private investor called her husband and creator of the series, David Casp, and offered to pay for a movie adaptation of the series. Wilson was also quick to say that, quote, the funds have not sizzled in our accounts yet, meaning a return to the series in some fashion is probable, but there's no concrete promise. If you didn't watch Happy Endings, you missed out on one hell of a show. One of the better comedies in years, and that field is actually pretty well stacked as of late. Happy Endings has had an expert cast and crew that made the show about 6 friends living in a large city very special. It's like if Friends were an alternative comedy sitcom. Everything works so well, from the chemistry of the leads, the guest stars, to the non sequiturs of almost every sentence. Happy Endings was just put on Hulu, so go watch all 3 seasons there and then buy the DVDs. You don't buy physical media? Do it anyways, you dumb hipster. First up, The Simpsons is going live this May thanks to you, the viewers. Have you ever wanted to talk to Homer Simpson directly? Well, now you get the chance to by using the hashtag HomerLive from May 1st to the 4th. Then on May 15th, Voice of Homer, Dan Castellaneta, will don the sexy motion capture suit and answer your questions in real time for a couple of minutes. Simpsons did it? No, as far as creator Al Jean says, no one's done this before. Next up, TV's Andy Dalys' review is getting truncated 3rd and final season. All good TV shows die young. Just look at gems like Bad Judge, Bad Teacher, and Angel from Hell. Come on, not one of those shows is good? Sheesh. Anyways, Review is actually a terrific series on Comedy Central, but it just didn't have the viewership. Now the 3rd season will be getting about 3 episodes, and it's going to be aired in bulk. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the show's first season averaged a whopping 484,000 viewers, while the second only managed a meager 258,000. To compare, last Sunday, America's Funniest Home Videos had 6.02 million viewers. Yeah. Apparently the show is ending amicably between the creator / lead actor / producer Daly and the network. If you didn't watch Review, as I said with Happy Endings, what are you doing with your life? It followed Daly as Forrest McNeil, a TV show host dedicated to reviewing things in life, like eating a whole bunch of pancakes, getting shot, and getting divorced. He ruined his life for the fictional series, and we get to watch as it spirals. Oh, so good. What a shame. And finally, history wants to head into late night, and it's doing so with 3 new shows. Starting this Thursday, February 25th, you can catch shows from Dan Harmon, Elizabeth Shapiro, and Real Life Clips. First, Great Minds with Dan Harmon kicks off the block at 11:30. The series follows Harmon as he invents a time machine, only to have history's greatest minds come visit him. They swap stories about life and the modern world. The guest list is full of big comedy names like Ron Funches, Paul F. Tompkins, Thomas Middleditch, Kristen Shaw, Jack Black, Sarah Silverman, Jason Sudeikis, and more. The second show is from Shapiro and is called Crossroads of History and explores the unseen parts of history. Fun and accurate doesn't even begin to describe the series, as it takes a weird look at stories like President Lincoln's alcoholic bodyguard who may have been the cause of his boss's death. Sounds like drunk history. Jack McBrayer, Angela Kinsey, and Wayne Knight are among the guests. And the last show is How to Lose the Presidency, and it just shows clips from real embarrassing moments in history. Think of it as the history version of America's Funniest Home Videos, which in itself is a televised version of YouTube, which is basically full of cat and twerk videos. And that's all the news I have for you for this week on C Plus News Time. Why don't you subscribe and check out one of our videos? Of course, we've got tons of stuff on the website, cpluscomedy.com. We got the latest news, reviews, features, interviews, and all the other good comedy bits that only I can provide you. Then you can follow us on Twitter at C Plus Comedy. Follow me on Twitter at Chad Black White. Like us on Facebook. Tumble with us on Tumblr. And be sure to take a lot of vitamin C because there's bugs going around and you don't want to get sick. I'm talking about bugs on the computer. You don't want your computer getting sick. So you can watch more twerk videos. Cat videos. Sorry. Whatever.